Hey, good evening. It's Saturday, and yesterday was Top Model Day. It's technically Sunday since it's 1 a.m., but I just finished watching it. Friday night's episode, number 3, The Girl Who Wants Out. Who might that be? I kind of guessed who it might be from the promos, but I thought it also might be Victoria. So, anyway, last week Layla got Best Photo. And as you recall, if you watched my other recap, I hated the photo shoot from last week. It was stupid. Their heads were shoved through a wall, and I didn't think any one of them looked good. But Layla got the top model suite, so she picks Laura to share the suite with her. Laura thinks that Layla has a motive for picking her. Maybe because Layla just thinks you're nice? I don't know. I don't think Layla had any motive. She would just pick Laura because they got along. Tyra Mail shows up. Who's gonna make the cut, it says. It's makeovers! Always exciting to watch. Drama-filled makeovers. Now, if you've watched this show for as long as I have, which is a long time, you will know that there's always someone who doesn't want a makeover. There's always someone who cries because she hates her makeover. And you should just get your makeover and just suck it up because no one's going to care. So I personally would love a makeover, someone to tell me what looks good on my hair. I mean, I've had this style for a while. Maybe I should have bangs. I don't know. Tyra might know. Anyway, there's just one rule. You get your makeover and you like it. Don't whine about it. It doesn't get you any points with the judges. They hate you for that. You just, even if you hate it, you're just like, I love my makeover. I can rock this. Yeah, that's all you can say after makeovers. But Maria says she's just not going to get it done. She's embarrassing all the other girls because of her attitude, and they all wish she would just leave. And I was like, are you serious? You're not going to get it done? Have you ever watched a top model? That's not a good attitude to have. And if you came on Top Model and thought you weren't going to get a makeover, then what planet are you on? Every single season they get makeovers, or as they sometimes call them, tie-overs, which I can't stand. So we're at the makeovers. Kristoff is the stylist, and he works with celebrities. Kelly says this part just made me so mad. This year you can choose not to get your makeovers. This is like a pit of doom. You're telling the models they can choose, but in reality, that's not true. Because if you choose, you're then blacklisted. Because they know Tyra picks what she thinks will work on you. And why wouldn't you take someone who's been in the industry for God knows how long, take their advice on what looks good on you? I certainly would. So, I think that it was kind of stupid to give them a choice because it was kind of a negative. It's not really true. So, all the girls were like, yes, oh yes. And then Maria says, hell no. And I was like, whoa, can't you just say no? Do you really have to add the H word in front of it? Like, are you really from Harvard? Because you're not thinking right here. Like, strategy. Never say that. In the end, Victoria was the last one to be asked, and she also said no. Kelly does not look impressed. So Maria says, they gave us the option, so they should not be mad about it. Again, Maria, are you really from Harvard, or are you just pulling my leg? You've never watched this show? Ah. So Tyra shows up to chat with the girls, and she ends up with Maria and Victoria, and she tells them it's not good to say no to change because in modeling, you're like the product. It's not about you. The client gets what they want. If the client wants to cut your hair or change it pink or put it up in like some kind of pyramid shape, you have to say yes. And they're all like, Victoria is now like, maybe I should have said yes. I was thinking all about, my Native heritage and my Jewish heritage and this hair that represents it, like my grandmother's. And she truly felt bad. This episode I actually liked Victoria again because I think had she had the chance to go back, she would have got the makeover. Maria, however, is just like, I don't care. So Destiny turns out to be the upset girl. She doesn't like her hairdo because it makes her look like a boy or a lesbian, which she seems to have a problem with. Um, your hair was short to begin with. You kind of looked like a boy to begin with, so what is your problem? It doesn't look that much different. I didn't see what her problem was at all. But there always has to be one girl sitting there going, don't cut my hair, my identity. Uh, so Kelly then sits down with Maria and basically tells her oh, this was interesting. She's like, why do you want to get your hair cut? Maria's like, I just didn't want to. I just liked it long. And Kelly's like, well, no major modeling company is going to hire you if you're not willing to change. Oh, well, I already have a modeling contract. And Kelly's like, yeah, a small one that nobody's ever heard of. In a small, little part of the U.S. We're talking about major modeling contracts. Oh, well, I know. She's like, I'll give you $10,000 if you could tell me you've ever booked a major campaign. No, I haven't. Whatever, Kelly. I don't need to listen to you. I'm from Harvard. Kelly said to her, you are committed to mediocrity. Like, yeah. Maria was like, whatever. So Patrick, that dude from the internet, shows up with new Tyler mail, and he says, your body of work is revealing to who you are. So make sure you get the right exposure. Uh-oh. Sounds like a nude photo shoot's coming up. Back at the house, the girls talk about Maria and her nasty attitude, because basically she just goes right to bed. Then the girls talk about how loud and annoying Darian is. Basically, Kiera does. And Kiera tells Alyssa, oh, while you're going up to bed, tell Darian to be quiet, because I need to sleep. And then Darian comes to the foot of the stairs. You want to say something to my face? And Kiera's like, yeah, you're loud and annoying. And then they have this big showdown. And basically Kiera says, I'm the real bee. I'm going to say the word, but they were arguing over who was the real bee. So Victoria thought it was stupid, and she's right, it is stupid. So it turns out they're both kind of not so great, so they don't need to be shoving and pushing. The photo shoot today is all about the nude. You'll be modeling with a male model, and it's Rob! Luckily, they got to wear bottom underwear, but they were pretty okay with modeling with no top on. There was nobody, except someone I'll get to. There was one person who didn't want to do it, but I don't know if it had to do with the nudity. Like, I remember in the past models freaking about this, but they're just sitting around like nothing's a problem. So maybe that's because today society is a little more used to nudity and stuff. Like, maybe that's become more okay. So I kind of applaud that, because you shouldn't be embarrassed to show your body. I mean, I wouldn't put it on the internet. I would take photos of it. But if you're a model or you're modeling for art, you shouldn't be ashamed. So Alyssa and Destiny have a chat with Maria, and they think she is pretty dumb for what she said to Kelly. And they say the same thing, like, are you really from Harvard? You're just embarrassing. And Victoria talks about how Maria is not wanting to try anything, and that might be not a good thing for her. Darren and Kiera basically intimidated each other during their photo shoots by staring at themselves. And then we get to Maria. Sitting in her robe in another room, Johnny says, what's going on? I don't want to do the shoot, she says. Maria says she's just not really modeling isn't what she wants. She's decided that she's going to withdraw. So later, Maria, I guess that's the end of that. Kristen and Kiera are disappointed, or were the ones that disappointed Rob today during the shoot. He was talking about that. And Destiny thinks she will look stupid today, and she doesn't have any self-confidence. And Johnny says she isn't owning her style. Back at the house, the girls talk about Maria leaving. Nobody's sad. Panel time. They get Tyra mail. Destiny is still talking about her hair is horrid and she has no self-confidence. Victoria is still obsessing over not doing the makeover. But Victoria did make sure that they curled her hair the way Tyra would have wanted for the photo shoot. So she was making quite the effort to change herself, to correct the mistakes she felt she made. So here are the ones that didn't do well in the nude photo shoot when it was all said and done. Darian did not look good. They said it was rugged, not loving it at all. Social media doesn't like her either. Kiara looked like she was doing Pilates. The social media doesn't like her either, as she has one of the lowest ratings online. Victoria apologizes to Tyra, and she's working on her curly hair, and her shot is awesome. So she has no problem. Even online people are leaving positive comments. Destiny, Tyra says she did not get the hairstyle that Tyra wanted. And so if she does make the cut, she will be remade over. So maybe she'll like it better. Her photo was not good either, but social media liked her. Kristen, Rob didn't like working with her. She got median scores, mostly because Kristen thinks she's beautiful no matter what, so Rob doesn't feel that she works hard at all. And Yvonne, she got a bad social media comment. Fans are disappointed with her, and the judges didn't really like her photo either. So after the crazy scoring of panel, basically there was no challenge scores, so it was all based on the photo shoot today. Best photo went to Victoria, so she hit the Tyra suite. Then was Brittany, Alyssa, Layla, Laura, Nastasia, Kristen, Destiny, Kiara, and the bottom two ended up being Yvonne and Darian. And their judges' scores were tied, and after the social media score was added in, they also had tied scores. So it had to go down to the 100th point, or the 10th and the 100th, that made up their social media score. Darian's was 4.78 and Yvonne's was 4.81. So Darian lost by 0.03, 3/100ths of a point. So Yvonne got to go through, but Darian was told by Tyra that she would be able to come back if the social media voted after the comeback series. So now all the models know about the comeback series, whereas only Jessie was told last week when she had to leave. So it was a little better this week. I'm still not happy with the social media scores because it's too easy to figure out who Tyra is going to leave out. Like, Darian knew it was her. It wasn't too hard because Darian had really bad social media scores. She knew that going in. So, I don't know. Next week it looks like Kristen and another model are going to get into it. I can't remember who the other one was. Destiny, that's right. So we'll see what goes down with them. Anyway, till next Friday, see ya.